Hello there. My name is Lissa. Really happy to be here with you for a mindfulness practice of the body and the breath. And this practice will be give or take maybe 15 to 20 minutes about, right? And so, have shorter practices, then, I'll offer longer practices as well that we can engage with. And I want us to consider bringing in the qualities of mindfulness to our practice, right? A quality of warmth and openness, acceptance and allowing, curiosity, right? I want us to bring those qualities if we can, when we can. Every time we try to become more aware, right? We lessen that urge to fix, change, perfect. We find a way to be okay with what is. Yeah, because it's such a gift when we can do this. It's so helpful to lessen the stress, the challenge that's inherently involved in us struggling against reality, right? And so we can fill into what's available right now, or any of those qualities available right now. And if they're not, that's okay. Yeah. We'll just do the best we can. Remembering this is a practice, not a perfect. Yeah. And so let's situate ourselves in a comfortable enough posture. Feeling into, do I want to be seated? Do I want to stand? Do I want to lie down? Finding a posture that allows us to have an integrity in the spine, balancing our head on the shoulders if we're seated or standing. Finding a position that allows the arms and hands to rest comfortably, lower body to rest comfortably. Seeing if there's space to ground into the floor, the earth. Taking time just to switch from, whatever is your normal way of doing and being, and moving into a more simple quality of being. Setting down things from the to-do list, the worry list, the planning and judging list. Yeah, we can return to those later, or maybe not, right? Up to us. And I would say, yeah, we're just going to be with what is, whatever we notice moment to moment. And we're going to be realistic. We probably are not going to be constantly aware of what's here and now. We might lose our way. We might get distracted. And that's normal. That's part of the practice. And those moments are really beautiful because every time we notice them, we know, hey, I'm present right now. Yeah. And then we can just gently return back to our anchor. Right, so we'll feel into our anchors during this practice. For this particular practice, as I mentioned, the main anchors I'll be referring to are the awareness of the body, awareness of the breath, right? And there's so many other anchors, right? We can be aware of sound, we can be aware of thoughts or feelings, emotions, right? And so, and a variety of other things. But for the sake of this practice, we'll keep it simple: awareness of body, awareness of breath. Yeah. And so what we're doing is we're picking one of these anchors to rest with. Maybe we're able to rest with both, right? We can see and feel into that. And then anytime we lose our way, we just notice that. And then we just gently return to awareness of the breath, awareness of the body sensations. And that's what we're doing here, right? So if we lose our way, we know, oh, that's okay. because that's exactly what I'm working on in this practice. Yeah. So that quality of returning to the anchor is really important for it to have a gentle, warm quality. Almost like if we were taking care of a little puppy, right? It's normal that puppy doesn't quite know how to do X, Y, and Z. We're training it, we're helping it to understand what's going on, right? So the same kind of warmth we could invite to a puppy, or if you don't like puppies, insert whatever you find cute. We're bringing that same vibe to our mind, right? Training the mind to understand, yes, your job is to think, it is to plan, right? It is to do all these things. And right now, I would like it if you could soften that a bit and just return to being with this anchor. Yeah. It's going to take the mind a lot of time because the mind's like a puppy with this. And so, yeah, we'll just be easy with it. Yeah. And so we'll take a couple of deeper breaths. And if breath isn't something you like to be with, just, you can just ignore what I'm saying. I'm only going to say it for a little bit. Um, but yeah, if you're okay with being with the breath, we'll take a few rounds of fuller breaths. And we'll just invite, if we can, the parts of the body where we're holding, where we're straining, just gently soften, right? To gently let go. We can scan our usual areas, right? So many different areas, right? Forehead, eyes, jaw, right? Neck, shoulders, going down the body, so many possibilities. And we're just saying, hey, can you let go? Can you soften? Like, it's okay. Reminding this part of the body, it's okay to, right? Because we're tense for a reason, right? And, I think that sometimes these forms of tensions are the body's way of trying to protect us in some way. And, but sometimes it can get to be too much, of course, and can result in pain. Yeah. But we're letting the body know it's okay. You can soften, you can let go. I'm here. Maybe we rest the hand on the part of the body we wanted to communicate this to, because sometimes that tactile support can be really helpful. It's okay. It's okay. And then, you can just let go of any special breathing. The body knows how to breathe, so we'll just let it. And if you wanted to continue to be with awareness of breathing, you can perhaps notice the temperature of the breath as it passes by the nostrils, right? Passes through the nostrils. And you can notice perhaps the rising and falling of chest and belly as breath enters and leaves the body. You can perhaps rest the hands on belly and chest, right? If that's helpful to notice that rising and falling. And that can just be that tactile support I was mentioning earlier, right? We can rest our hands anywhere if that's supportive. Just inviting that kind of warmth and accepting quality, like directly in that touch. Right? And then when we get distracted, we just return gently to this awareness. And if we wanted to be aware of our body sensations, we can start even if we were being with that tactile support. We can notice, what does it feel like if the hand rests on a part of the body, right? We can notice temperature, maybe. We can notice softness or hardness or whatever it feels like. We can notice like the amount of pressure, if it's light or medium or heavy, right? There's a lot we can notice there. We can perhaps notice if the hand's just resting on the leg, or if it's resting on our sides, if we're standing or lying down. Maybe we can notice the soles of the feet if we're making contact with something with them. There's a lot of different sensations we can notice, and I just encourage you to pick one that's pleasant or neutral, if you want it to be your anchor. And so we bring that quality of awareness that's curious and open, warm, not judging. If we lose our way, we just notice and gently return. We return again and again, as often as we need. We can have a really light and easy quality of attention, right? One that's just simply noticing and observing, almost like akin to like if we were floating on a really gentle wave. And that's the kind of like really light quality of awareness we're bringing to the present moment. And then also with that kind of analogy, we know we don't control waves, right? And we're not able to control our attention. We're not able to control what happens moment to moment. Right? We can cultivate, our attention, our awareness, of course, right? And yeah, we're still riding the waves of life. Yeah. And we can return home to the present moment through this practice of mindfulness, returning to awareness of the body and the breath, and practicing deep listening with what's present. And sometimes we can think that our true home is in the past or in the future. We can get lost in that. When our true home is right here, in the here and the now. Because the here and the now are the only times that are real, right? The past is the past. The future hasn't even happened yet. So we just find space to rest here with what is, making space for it to be here, perhaps space for it to feel welcome here. Perhaps continuing to notice this body breathing, perhaps noticing our sensations, noticing where there's warmth, where there's coolness, where there's holding, where there's ease. Perhaps noticing where there's pleasantness, unpleasantness, and neutrality. Just noticing as we're able to without any attachment, without any pushing away. Space for ourselves and our experiences to be here, just as they are, just as we are. We don't have to struggle against thinking. We don't have to struggle against restlessness or distractedness or sleepiness. We can just notice, gently notice. Restlessness is here. Sleepiness is here. Distractedness is here. We're just noticing they're here. These states come and go. They're not permanent. We just gently return back to our anchor, just taking this as information. Right? If restlessness is here, what do I need? If sleepiness is here, what do I need? Right? If distractedness is here, what do I need? Right? And we can act accordingly with that awareness. Right? What a gift. So let's take just a little bit longer just to continue to be here, present with what is, practicing a deep listening. A friendly way of being with all that arises and passes in our awareness. It's like this can be here, and this can be here too, and this. Welcome here, belonging here. And when you're ready, we're just gently soften, gently let go of this practice. And just notice how we are. Notice if we can soften any judgment. And just be with how the practice was. And I want to thank you so much for taking this time in this way. I deeply appreciate it.